What's going on, YouTube people? I am Carlos Quintanilla. I am a soccer coach and I've been playing for about 22 years or so. I also have about 11 years of coaching experience. Basically I'm starting this channel because I got a lot of things that I want to get off my chest. As you can see behind me, I'm a Manchester United fan and I'm also a San Jose Earthquakes fan. And just to say it bluntly and quickly, they aren't doing very good right now. The Earthquakes are making a couple moves that I think are positive, like bringing in Matias Almeida and so on and so forth. They got Chris Wondolowski, so that's always a plus. But things aren't looking very good for either of my clubs. Forgive me, by the way, I have a little bit of a cold, so just trying to get through that. So I just want to start this channel to get things off my chest and kind of talk about football and stuff like that. As a coach, I am running around all the time, from city to city, coaching classes and getting kids going in football and stuff like that. So I get to talk about coaching stuff with all of them. I don't get a whole lot of time to socialize and talk about my clubs and everything like that. So I want to get this channel going and get a dialogue going, get a bunch of stuff off my chest, and have like-minded people who have the same kind of interests as me come in and talk to me and comment and let me know about the things that they agree with me on and maybe some things that they disagree with me on. So that's what this is about, just kind of building a community, and hopefully we can get to talking and have some good conversations. So to start off with this channel, I think what I'm going to be doing mostly is talking about Manchester United and the San Jose Earthquakes because I follow them so much. I also am a San Francisco Giants fan and an Oakland Raiders fan, so I also follow them and I try to keep up as much as I can. So there's a lot of things that I try to keep up on, but because I have my favorite clubs, Man United and Quakes, I don't get a whole lot of time to delve too deep into other clubs and stuff like that. So this channel is also about gaining a bigger and better understanding of other clubs and stuff like that. People who might be watching this channel who want to talk about their clubs and maybe get my perspective on it. Who knows why you would? To be honest with you, I am a coach who's been in the game, who's been coaching for 11 years, like I said before, and also I've been coaching for 22 years. I do have a lot of experience. What I specialize in as a coach is skill development, so building players up and making them better players, and making them better contributors to a team, and so on and so forth. So I do have a fair understanding of a lot of those things. I definitely am not the best, but I strive to be the best, which is part of what this channel is also. There's a lot of things that, a lot of reasons why I want to get this channel going about this particular fashion. So I graduated in 2007 from high school, and from there, as far as soccer stuff goes, I got my CPR certification right after high school because I became an assistant coach. And then in 2009, the spring of 2009, I joined a club in Pittsburgh, California, and they sent me over to Sonoma to get my non-regional diploma from the National Soccer Coaches Association of America, which is NSCAA, which is now United Soccer Coaches, or USC. And now the non-regional is like 11v11 diploma or something like that. And that's when I really first started really going hard into the football coaching world. And then from there, in 2015, I got my Certified Personal Training certification from the National Academy of Sports Medicine, which basically is just a personal training certification, so I can train people and stuff like that, and have a full grasp of it and understanding of how the body works, when in motion, and all that stuff. So really quickly, I wanted to talk about how I'm going to format myself. Like I said before, I do tend to go off on rants, so I'll try not to do that to you guys too much and keep these videos nice and short for you. I'm going to give myself formats in videos. So I try to have a video out each weekday, Monday through Friday, and that way they have a little bit of a theme, and I can keep them short and stay on topic while giving you guys something fun to watch. So the first one, I got my list right here. The first one that I'm going to be doing is Moto Monday. Basically, I'll be talking about my favorite clubs and kind of trying to focus on the positive things that are going on with them. You know, whether it's youth players right now, it's a lot of youth players like Gilbert Fuentes for the San Jose Earthquakes, or maybe Marcus Rashford for Manchester United. You know, those players seem to be doing very, very well for themselves, even though the clubs aren't doing very good right now. So yeah, those are the kind of things that I'll be talking about on Moto Mondays. Or maybe the clubs start to turn them around, and you know, the managers are, you know, putting in attacking formations and on and on. We'll get into more details of it. And then Transfer Tuesdays, I will try to stay on topic with the Transfer Tuesdays and bring you guys the latest news, anything that might be coming up and everything like that. That might not happen every week, but basically what we'll do is we'll put up forward some news that might be coming up. So if, you know, the Quakes are deciding to sell Salinas, which I don't think is going to happen, then, you know, I'll bring that up. Or maybe I'll talk about, if nothing is coming up, then maybe I'll talk about somebody that we should sell, like Manchester United should be selling Phil Jones, Marcus Rojo, even though I like them, Chris Smalling, and so on. Like they got a lot of players they're going to sell. Same for the Quakes too, Jimmy Ockford and so on. But yeah, so that will be kind of what I do. If there's some news, I'll bring it to you guys. I can give you guys my opinion. We can talk about it. I'll read some of your comments and bring those up. If that doesn't happen, there's no news for that week, then I'll just talk about who I think we should sell and why we should sell them, and who we should buy and why we should buy them, and so on and so forth. And next up is Worldy Wednesdays. Basically just talking about as much about other stuff going on in the football world just besides Manchester United and the San Jose Earthquakes, but might have to do with them. So if, for example, Icardi, for whatever reason, I'm just throwing names out there, guys, don't get crazy on me, but if Icardi decides that he, there's rumors that Icardi might be coming out to Manchester United, then I might talk about that. Or if you know, something crazy happens, you know, someone scores a crazy bicycle kick or whatever, you know, then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what's going on in the Champions League, because that's one of my favorite things right now. The Prem is also really, really exciting, and so on and so forth. Thirsty Thursdays sounds kind of dirty, but those are going to basically be about, you know, what's coming up in the weekend and what's going to be exciting about those games and those features and stuff like that. So those are things that Thirsty Thursdays are going to be about. Just basically looking forward to the next thing. And then Football Fridays, those are just going to be basically where I kind of rant off, bring points that you guys have mentioned about what's going on in the football world. Like I said, I was sick. What's going on in the football world, and talk about those things. And then team talk. Team talk is kind of a term that I like to use when we're coaching and stuff like that. Basically sit down and have a team talk with the kids and the players, and just talk to them about, you know, what things that we're doing correctly and what things that we need to improve on. It's never a bad thing to point out your flaws. It's always a good thing, in my opinion, because as long as you do it constructively, because then that's how you get better. You know, you're going to be good at the things that you're good at, but it's the things that you're bad at that you want to improve. So team talks will basically be about, you know, what I would do as a coach for these clubs in the situations that they're going to be in at the time. So that's kind of how team talks are going to be. So with all that being said, leave a comment down below, kick that like button, and subscribe to stay in the game. Later.